Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, August 6, 2013. Thank you for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you'll see here is that the futures are trading lower by about 2 points this morning to right around 1,750 cents. Again, futures have come off the lows a little bit, but they were never all down all that much. Only to around 16.99, so they have rebounded up a little bit, which is common. A couple of things we're going to want to watch for today. One, as usual, you're going to want to watch the dollar-yen chart. Dollar-yen chart is slightly lower, trading lower this morning by about 15 cents. If the dollar-yen goes lower, that could put pressure on the overall stock market indexes. You'll also want to watch the 10-year bond yield. 10-year bond yield right now trading around 2.64%. But if that starts to spike higher, that could put some pressure on the major stock market indexes. But other than that, it should be a little bit on the quiet side today. We'll see how the market shakes out. But there was a lot of activity last night in the foreign markets. One thing we want to watch for last night when we look at Asia was that the Nikkei did rebound a little bit. Nikkei 225 was up 1%. The Hang Seng finished lower by 1.34%. The Shanghai Index, which is very, very important, higher by about 0.5%. But the Bombay Sensex Index was down 2.34% last night. So that tells us right off the bat we got to watch the Indian ADRs, and we got to watch anything India related. So watch for a little bit of early morning weakness in the IFN. This is the India Fund. This one could be a little bit weaker. Also, stocks like Tata Motors, Infosys, things of that nature could be a little bit on the weaker side today, at least at the start of the day. Either way you slice it or dice it, believe it or not, that's still a pretty good decline in the Bombay Sensex Index. So again, 2.34% is a pretty nasty fall. So you want to be a little bit careful with the Indian ADRs today. They could be under some pressure, especially if the U.S. markets are weak. If the U.S. markets are strong and they start to rally, I doubt we'll see much pressure on the Indian ADRs. But when I look at the overnight data from last night's trading session, that's the first place where my eyes go to, and I see weakness there. So I'll be looking at the Indian ADRs early this morning. Looking at the European markets, they're flat as a pancake today. I don't see any real damage. I don't see really any strength. Really just flat as a board. Looking at the U.S. markets today, we have gold down about $15. So let's take a look at the all-important GLD. You'll see that's trading around 148.50. It closed yesterday at 125.70. So the GLD is trading a little bit lower. Nothing damaging on the charts yet, though, but it is a little bit lower this morning before the opening bell. Looking at oil prices, oil is ticking higher this morning by about 34 cents. To 106.90. Let's take a look at the all-important USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude. And you can see that's trading at around 38.05 ahead of the opening bell. So oil is holding up pretty well today so far. Gold is getting hit a little bit so far. When we take a look at the US dollar index, we'll see that the dollar is down about 15 cents this morning. Nothing earth-shattering, nothing terrible. Ultimately, I believe the dollar should head lower, but it's not going to be just a straight drop down. It's going to be one of these choppy, grinded out type of declines. So again, we'll see how that all plays out. There are some stocks today in the news. One stock that is catching a big bid is Fossil. Looks like they reported earnings, I believe. Stock's trading at 122. If you take a look at the daily chart yesterday, you'll see that this thing really sold off ahead of earnings. Went down to 107, so that's quite a bounce back. It is a light volume name. I will have some gap plays for everybody posted around 9 a.m. This morning. Another stock that really got hit very, very hard was American Eagle Outfitters. Everybody knows this retailer, but this stock is getting spanked. Closed at 20 bucks, now sitting at around 16.85 a share. I'll have some levels for that one as well in sympathy to that stock. Abercrombie & Fitch is falling a little bit, and we'll have some others as well. So again, we'll have a few gap plays out here. They'll be posted up in the chat room right around 9 o'clock in the morning. Overall, I think there will be some economic news today. a little bit later. I'm not sure exactly what we have on tap, but just be a little bit careful for the economic news. The other thing you want to know about, there will be a lot of earnings being released after the closing bell today, so be aware of that. I believe we have some earnings coming out after the closing bell, some big ones, so that could move the markets going forward, and we'll see how that all plays out. But expect some major earning announcements after the closing bell today, and that's going to be on tap this afternoon. So we'll get some activity this week, even though the volume yesterday was probably some of the lightest volume that I can remember, to be honest. But either way, we should get some decent volume, at least tomorrow morning, with all these gap plays that are, or all these earnings plays that are coming out tonight. So again, be on guard for that. We will have further earnings to go, and we'll just see how it plays out here. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Just bear with me 1 minute here. I just want to look at my notes and make sure I'm not forgetting anything else. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Disney is reporting earnings today. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not seeing it on my list. Okay. Alright, just wanted to make sure Disney wasn't coming out, and that's fine. Okay, so we'll leave it there. But again, you will have a lot of earnings coming out after the closing bell today, so be on guard for that. Again, when we take a quick snapshot at the futures, they're down $1.75, 1,775 cents a contract. Again, we can't make too much out of it. Yesterday was the lightest trading volume of the year. Just be prepared for early morning action, and then after the first couple of hours, the markets could go into light volume mode. But we should have decent action, at least in the first 90 minutes, first 2 hours of the day. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.